I have a big goal this weekend, which is to finish this 4,800 piece puzzle from Pinto. I started it a while back and I feel like I have a few different bigger projects going on at the same time. So I want to finish at least one of them. And this is the one that I'm going to be tackling this weekend. I have 2 bags left, 1,000 pieces each. We're gonna see if we can finish it this weekend. Hey everyone, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to those who are new here. If you love puzzle content, you're in the right place. I hope you subscribe. I do post a couple times a week. Today we are doing a puzzle that I have been putting off. I started it a while back, which is this 4,800 piece puzzle. We only have 2 1,000 piece puzzle sections left, and I'm going to attempt to do it within this weekend. Today is Friday night, and hopefully we can get a good chunk of the first bag done and have enough time to finish both of them. That's my goal. It is a hefty goal, but I think it is doable. The issue with this puzzle is there isn't really too much bright color. We have lots of different grids that we can work with, but nothing is bright or colorful or loud. It's very muted, but I have a feeling at the end it's going to be gorgeous. So we are going to dive into the next bag and see how far we can get tonight. Before we get into them though, I thought it'd be fun to just do these guys. These weren't sponsored or anything, but they did give them to me. And I kind of want to just like do a little something before getting into that. So let's do these together. They are by Peace Relax. They're called the Chupa Chups. And it's like based off those very popular lollipops. I didn't grow up with them, but they are cute. And they ended up becoming a keychain. So let's do these together to see what these are about.
For those who do not know, Pinto and Peace Relax are sister companies. So if you like one of their products, you'd like both brands. They are plastic puzzle pieces. These ones are keychains. We have other 3D elements, and then they're canvas puzzles, which are ones you can actually hang up on the wall. So really fun, interesting stuff. I've done quite a few of their puzzles in the past, and I like the keychains. I have done one similar in their advent calendars, and I have been enjoying their stuff. Again, very giftable items, so this is a brand I love to do. They are plastic pieces, which is like one of the big things that I don't love about them, but it is also what makes them fun and usable items. So I ended up doing both of these keychains. Only took me about maybe 3 minutes per keychain, like it doesn't take very long at all. Just a fun little side project to do before the big puzzle. So just wanted to share these with you since I had them on hand and it kind of made sense with this video.
So I'd started this section a while back, and this is where I ended at. I have one of the rows here from the top portion. So this is broken up into a bunch of different sections. So this is the line for that, and then I have as far as I could go with another section. So we're missing the one side of the border, and I did do the curtain bit aside from just a couple of pieces. So when you look at the full image, we are doing this section here. So it goes right down this line, and it looks like we go probably around here and then over. Does that sound right? Yeah, because this whole section is 3 smaller sections. So I think this is where we're working with. We do have the bottom row here up until like this point. So this gives you an idea of like how big this section is. When you look at the pieces, that you can kind of see how much smaller the regular piece size is. I am going to get started. I haven't seen these pieces in a while, so not sure what is going to catch my eye. Maybe it's the gray towards the bottom because there is a good gradient, but I also know inside these window panes is a lot of gray too. We'll just see what calls out to me. Maybe it's the chair that I do next because that is a little bit of orange, or these books here. We also have a couple kitties in this one. So some things to pull before we get into the window panes, which I do know there are some line work that we can work with. Like we have the dark brown with this white can help at least like know what side is which, because the white goes on one side. So yeah, those are my thoughts so far. I'll see how far I can get this evening. I'd love to have a good chunk done, but not holding my breath because I know there's just like not too much color to work with. Already making good progress with the majority of the chair, and we have the cats and most of the books done. So now moving on to the next part. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but I think I'm going to be working on the window panes next because it gives a very good outline to the rest of the puzzle. And then we're obviously taking out things that we obviously needed, like the cat. So I think that is going to be my next plan because that would be quite a bit of pieces. Hello, good morning. Made a lot of progress last night. Tried to film most of it, but I know I was just sitting there for ages and my phone died, so sorry. But I want to show you where I'm at and my plan moving forward. Here is the current progress. Got a lot done, and really it's just finding some line like this one here or this one here, similar to the other sections that I've done, and then you can just like fill in where you are. There is a lot of stuff to work with, even if it's not brightly colored. Like this line here was easy to see. These areas were pretty tricky, but we got most of it, and I feeling pretty good right now. My current strategy is my next step is to fill in these darker bits. So I have all of the dark pieces here. And then I do have a tray of gray pieces. So these are the interior pieces for the windowsill. And then over here. And then we also have a tray of the rest of the window panes, which will be over in this area. So feeling pretty good. I'm going to work on these darker pieces first, move into these pieces to, again, continue making that grid, and then fill in with the gray. So that's the plan. Hopefully I can get it done within the next couple hours. And it's only Saturday morning, so feeling pretty confident I'll be able to finish this. All right, this section is officially done, and it is only 1 o'clock. So feeling really good. I'll start the second section later this evening, and I'll create the frame that I can with the other pieces from the different sections, but it's looking so beautiful, and I'm excited to finish this puzzle. All right, so we did a bit of sorting, and this is my plan of attack. We have the rest of the edges here, so this would be the top bit. We then have the books. Followed by that, we have the curtain, which is this whole section here. So that's a good chunk done. And I feel like for me, the curtain has been pretty easy because there are like lines to work with and direction to work with. And I think that'll be good. Followed by that, we have just like this little flower vase. I'll probably do that first just to get it out of the way. And then we'll probably go into the different layers that are in this top bit, similar to the other section that had it over here. There are good lines to work with, and then you kind of just like fill it in. So that's my plan of attack. If I can get all that done tonight, I'd be pretty happy, because then I would just have the window pane section left. And I don't think that would be too crazy hard. We'll see. Those window panes can be quite tricky, but I think that's a good plan. Good morning, it is Sunday and we will be finishing the puzzle today. Here is what it's looking like. We have this whole section done, and then I did off camera start the window panes and then this little window here. I have the rest of the panes sorted out, and then it's going to be filling in like we did the other section, probably doing a little shape sorting, and there are some textures to work with the different roofs. And we have a little bit of yellow to find. So, oh, actually, did this? I was trying to figure out where this window pane went, and I think it actually goes right here. Well, that's exciting. So yeah, I don't think it'll take me too long, but we'll see. the final section is together, and now I can combine all the different segments to see the final result. So I need to go downstairs to do this, so let's go. All right, we have the puzzle complete. It is just resting on my legs right now. It is so beautiful. If you're looking at it far away, you wouldn't even notice that it was a puzzle, but it is stunning. I absolutely love how this turned out. Definitely a good wish list puzzle. This is one that I had on my wish list for a while, and it was so much fun. I love that it was broken up into different bags and different size piece bags. So if you were a new puzzler and you were maybe intimidated by 1,000 piece, I mean, this is a harder image to do, but the style of image is pretty fun because you have the 300 pieces, so you can work in your comfort zone, then gradually move up, and then you finish off with the 1,000 piece puzzles. And it did just require a little bit of strategy. You know, I actually really enjoyed it because there were always something to work with. I was never stuck, and I absolutely loved it. Now, I would not consider putting all the pieces together because you would have actual true false fits, since they do copy the grid quite frequently. So you would have pieces that were identical, but I did have a really fun time with this, and I don't know if I'm going to keep it together. I have to get the frame for it, which they have the really cool frame system where it like stretches it and it looks really nice. I did it with the 4,000 piece, but obviously this one's bigger, so it doesn't quite fit on that frame. So I might get the frame and switch out so I might switch out the frame to switch out the cat's puzzle that's downstairs. We'll see, that might be in the future, but right now I had so much fun with this, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video and watching this series. If you were just tuning into this again, I'll link all the other videos that I had with this down below, as well as the ones that are other larger piece puzzles if that's something that you're interested in. I did do a 5,000 piece puzzle earlier this year. I did do a 3,000 piece last year, and then I did the 4,000 piece cats puzzle last year. So we do have some larger piece puzzle content, but now that I'm officially done with this project, I feel better moving into the other projects because I was like, 3 half-done projects is too much. So glad to check this one off the list. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye!